everybody, and welcome back to the Introvertism podcast. This is episode 2, and today, to start us off, we're going to be talking a little bit about board games. I'd say we both enjoy board games a decent amount. My favorite board game is probably Risk. What would yours be?
I think my favorite board game isn't actually a board game. My favorite game is Taboo.
Okay.
Have you ever played Taboo?
I have actually never played Taboo. I literally have it sitting in my closet. It is probably 20 feet across from where we're sitting right now. I have not played Taboo, no.
Why do you enjoy Risk, then?
You know me, I am very much into world domination sort of things. I know
Wow.
that sounds, but,
Okay.
if any of you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, which I assume a few of you are, I make videos about countries and wars and stuff like that.
So, you're saying your favorite board game is your favorite board game because you get to conquer the world.
Correct.
I'm concerned now. I'm scared. I don't think... I'm very concerned.
So I honestly don't know much about Taboo. Could you explain a little bit about it?
So, Taboo is... It's a word-based game. It's a time word-based game where pretty much you have...
I knew it involved time and words, but that's about it.
So, you have a deck of cards that have one word at the top, and I think 5 words under it. Your goal is to get you normally play in a team of 4 or above, and you have the deck of cards, and you have to get your teammate to guess the word on the top without saying that word or any of the words under it.
Okay.
So, for example, if the word was, say, Australia, some of the words under it could be kangaroo or country, and you could just say something related to...
But you can't use the words that are under it. Got it. Okay, that does sound fun.
It's a very... You have to be either really quick or know your words.
One game that I am not too great at, and that, again, involves words, is Boggle.
I am garbage at Boggle.
It's basically a, crossword puzzle, but
timed crosswords in real life. It is...
And then you don't know what words you have to find.
I wonder...
It's definitely a neat game, I'm just not good at it.
I would love to see, I guess... I don't know how that'd be possible. I was gonna say you could have Boggle, but you know the words you're looking for. But if it's randomized, you wouldn't be able to know. So that would just be like a crossword competition.
There's a computer that scans the Boggle board right after you mix it up, and it'll find all the possible words.
All the possible Boggle words that you can use, and you have to. That'd be interesting, but because I know.
But the whole point is you have to find the words.
Find the words.
If you knew what the words are, then it doesn't really matter.
And the trick with Boggle is I have a friend who plays a lot of Boggle, and one of them is if you find a word that's a noun and it has an S next to it, you can normally do mouse and mouses, or that's actually really bad because that's ES.
It's mice is the plural of mouse.
Did I say mouses?
Yes, you said mouse.
I said mouses. That is
it was tree and trees.
Trees, yeah. Back to Risk. Have you ever played or heard of Axis and Allies?
Axis and Allies. I have heard of it, but I have not played it.
To me, it seems almost like it'd be better as a video game. So pretty much with Axis and Allies, it's Risk, but somebody thought it wasn't real enough. So they added 6 different types of ships. They added 15, they had planes. There's AA guns and how do you say that? Infantry. There we go. Infantry, dudes. And so it's...
Infantry?
Infantry.
You said infantry.
That's what I said at the beginning. I was like, how do you... I couldn't say the word.
You never said infantry, though.
I said infantry. I just said...
Not until I said infantry, though.
No.
Now yes, you said infantry when you were trying to figure it out.
Infantry.
It's infantry. But it is a...
I feel like it'd be better as a...
There are totally video games like that, which is a crazy, complicated Risk game.
That's the exact reason. If you play... I've tried to play it multiple times. to 1, 2-1. For one, the board game you have to spend at least an hour setting up. The board game takes an hour to set up.
Wow.
So when you
That
go
is
to play
kind of
this
ridiculous.
game, you have to be committed.
Committed to wanting to play this game.
And
By the time you're done setting up, you probably won't want to
you don't
play,
want to play
anymore.
anymore.
That is it does sound there, and I know there are video games like that. But yeah, I have never played that board game before.
What's another board game that you enjoy playing?
I am a big fan of Monopoly.
That's a very common
It is a very common. I mean, it's been people's favorite game since 1936 or whenever it came out.
When did Monopoly come out?
Sometime in the 30s.
Really?
I know. Yeah.
Because I know I've seen I don't know how popular it is, but I've seen a picture of the original image for the patent of Monopoly, and it's like this really old, like, you can see the rough idea and shape of Monopoly in it, but, like, you can tell the person went in with, like, some really, like, rough idea that eventually turned into what it is now.
The version that I have, my Monopoly board game, is, the 1960s original version.
Whoa, that's... Now I feel like you have, like, this antique Monopoly. I have a Monopoly that's made in, like, some factory in, like, 2018.
Modern Monopoly.
Well, I feel like modern Monopoly is really hard to define now because there's so many spin-off games.
Yeah, there's so many spin-offs. Like, you've seen, I have, me/my family has a collection of all different Monopoly tokens. We have ones from the Simpsons Monopoly. We have ones from Rudolph the Reindeer Monopoly. We have them from the old original Monopoly. We have them from the current new Monopoly. We have from, like, the USA the Beautiful Monopoly. All different sorts of... There's just so many. Like, if you could think of something that you like, there is a Monopoly for it. Well, like, there's a Monopoly for, like, every sport, every NFL team, every NHL team, every MLB team that has this, like, its own Monopoly game. There's one for, like, every city. It's crazy.
Well, because even outside of the different, like, fan-created, not even fan-created, just created for the fan games, there's, like, completely, like, based off Monopoly, but, like, Monopoly Deal, there's...
Yeah, like, I have Monopoly Deal, there's, I forget what it's called. There's like a token Monopoly.
There's the one that has like the credit card in it.
The credit card Monopoly. I always wanted that just for the credit card piece. I didn't want to actually play it. I just liked that credit card piece when I was little.
Well, there's also there's one that my friend has, which I feel like I'd be really good at because I like stealing.
Yes, the Cheaters Monopoly. I want that so bad.
Which I know I'd be good at because I remember when I was like, I don't know, 7, I had a tendency to, like, attempt to steal my brother's money, which I did it in a way that I knew that they would catch me doing it for some reason. I don't know why I did it. Like, it was like, ooh, I'm stealing your money. But, like...
If one of us ever do get Cheaters Monopoly, we will play it, and we will put it on the Introvertism YouTube channel.
We will let you know how good it is.
We'll let you know, because, yeah, I really have wanted to play that.
I have a friend who has played it, and they say it's good, but if somebody's good at sleight of hand, then bang, you're done.
Don't play against magicians.
All of a sudden,
you're suddenly broke.
You're suddenly broken, like, it's like, oh, I wonder who took my money. Oh, look, Bobby has, like, $7 million over there. I wonder how.
But if you don't realize while they're doing it, it doesn't matter.
So how? I'm wondering because I've never looked at the rule book for it. How long do you have to realize? Because if
I think you have to do it while they're doing it, or the second after. Like, you can't just like a couple minutes later be like, like,
I'm broke now. Whoa,
Bobby, you took my money. But because, like, if you're playing 1v1, then you'd obviously know who it was, and it wouldn't be fair, because then there'd be no cheating at all. Yeah, but, so I think it is, like, just while they're stealing, and, like, you can also do, like, not pay somebody enough, or like you can cheat in any way you want. Like you can not pay somebody enough for rent, or you can like steal a property from the bank, or
This seems very scary because you could instantly be like, oh, I just bring like loaded dice. I'd bring loaded dice to a Monopoly game, and I'd be like, oh look, I rolled a 14, and then like,
and yeah, wait, you can't roll a 14.
exactly, that's the point. I rolled a 14,
Or just roll the dice, have them accidentally have them fall on the ground, be like, oh, that was a 92.
I went around the board 13 times, and I collected $700 from the bank. Which, because then couldn't you could just instantly get any property you wanted, because you could steal it, or you could be like, you could just fudge a dice roll and be like, oh, I landed on this property and I get it now.
Well, people could accuse you still. Like,
Is there a, I would say, is there a penalty for cheating?
yes, I'm pretty sure, obviously you have to undo whatever you did.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure then you have to...
You go to jail?
In the cheaters thing, you go to jail, but you also have to wear physical handcuffs. Like, you have to wear handcuffs while you're playing.
That does not seem safe.
That's literally, like, it comes with, like, plastic handcuffs. And you have to wear them if you get caught cheating.
I take back me wanting to play now.
Really?
I don't want to.
You don't want to play?
I mean, I'd love to
What if
play.
as soon as we were done recording, we went out and bought it? Would you play?
I would play.
So you do want to play.
Yes, but we have to replace the plastic handcuffs with real handcuffs.
Well, then you're buying the real handcuffs. So if I'm correct, you enjoy anime.
That is correct.
So I do not see any appeal in anime. I do think it is not something that needs to exist. But I was wondering if you could explain to me what makes you like it?
Before I explain why I personally like anime, can you give me a few reasons, or not even a few, just a good reason why you don't specifically watch anime?
Well, for one thing, a lot of it is in Japanese, and I don't really feel like listening to something in a different language.
I do see how that would very much deter somebody from watching that. I watch a lot of dubbed anime, which means somebody who speaks English has read
I know
over
what dubbed means.
Yeah, I know. So a lot of it is dubbed. Most of my favorite shows have been dubbed over, and I don't watch a lot of my shows with subtitles on. Other than the language barrier, is it specifically that it's animated in a traditional, like, as you would guess, anime fashion?
Yeah, I guess.
I get how it's hard to describe.
It is very hard to describe. I don't want to be mean here or anything, but a big factor is people would think I was weird.
Yeah, a lot of... I know from me personally liking anime, it gets a lot of hate.
Plus, I've heard you, like, listening to it before, like, in times, and I just hear...
Well, yeah, if I was to be listening to you listen to something and I was not very educated on it, of course it would sound like just a bunch of people talking.
Here, if you heard me listening to somebody giving a speech on coin collecting, okay, you would be able to understand what they were saying.
No, I wouldn't. What it would sound like is, so we take the U.S. mint coin and we multiplied it by 5/10 of
What does that have to do with anything? That would not... But
that's what I think of when I think of coins. I think of, like, just a bunch of fancy words and measurements. I feel like when you think of anime, I feel like you think of, like, I don't know. What do you think of when you think of anime?
I think of... I think of short people, like short like cartoon characters with weird haircuts, speaking in unintelligibly high voices.
Okay, a few of those are actually very correct stereotypes, though. The main protagonist almost always has the strangest hair in the whole entire show. Unintelligibly high voices, you can hear them. A lot of anime characters do definitely have, like, ridiculously high pitches of voices. I find it interesting that you went with unintelligibly high voices, not in unintelligibly Japanese.
Well, I had already said the Japanese part.
I do think that I feel like the way anime scripts are written is way different. Not way different, but definitely much more different than the way American shows are written or, like, movies in America are written.
I get what you're saying. I mean, it's made on the other side of the ocean, so obviously it would be different.
How about we get into the reason of why I specifically like anime?
What I asked like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, please enlighten
you on my reasons for liking. I don't know, because it's interesting and diverse from what we have over here. Over here we have a lot. I feel like it's a very repetitive type of shows. I feel like anime is much more diverse than stuff that we have over here in the States.
I get the feeling that that's not really the entire reason, but I'll let you go with that. So that's something that you are into. I feel like the kind of thing that I am into that you're not is very different from the kinds of things that you're into that I'm not. Like, I'm totally the kind of person who will just go and, like, research history for 16 hours straight.
Yeah, I think the longest I could research history for is, like, maybe an hour. If my life was on the line.
So, in that video I just made about the Korean War, that came out yesterday, I think. Maybe it was 2 days ago. I honestly don't remember. But, there's probably a good 10-15 hours of research in there.
I get the feeling it's really hard to convince, or not even convince, to tell one other person why you like something, because me trying to tell you why I like specific, like, Japanese anime, and you tell me why you like researching history, those are two so different sides of spectrums. One is sit in your room with a bagel and watch...
A bagel?
Yes, I eat bagels while watching anime. I don't know why, but they're really fun to eat.
Do you honestly?
I honestly sit in my room and eat bagels while watching anime.
I think we got a title. Bagels and anime.
Exactly. Bagels and anime.
I wonder if we're actually going to title it that.
We shall see.
We shall see. I mean, the listeners obviously know at this point, but... because he clicked on it.
But as I was saying, it's so, like... One is sit in your room and watch a TV show, and one is...
do actual
work and sit on your computer and find facts and information. And, like... I don't know how obvious it is to you, but, like... For me, it's kind of, like... they're two very different, like, one of us enjoys just sitting and doing nothing. Ahem, me. And one of us enjoys actually doing real work.
Sitting and doing something.
Yeah, one of us enjoys sitting and doing nothing, and one of us enjoys sitting and doing something. So we do have a common interest.
We aim sitting! But so... the listeners don't know this, but now they will, but we were just sitting, we took a break, and we spent the past, 2 hours trying to figure out what we could talk about, because we like such different things, as you will have noticed in this last, segment of the show. It's such completely different... But we do have very different.
And I feel like when we were younger, our interests were much more aligned.
It was Harry Potter, and that's the only thing either of us knew anything about.
Exactly. But then at that age, you only know the tiniest little bubble about the world, and as that bubble grows of what you know,
there's more things in that bubble for you
to know and be interested about.
Yeah.
So when both of us both of our bubbles grew, you went to one side of that, and I went to the other.
There is a very large gap between anime and researching history.
Well, because in your video, it was... I do find it interesting, though, that you're saying... Do you think it's specifically... Back to anime, do you think it's specifically the fact that it is anime? Or do you think it's related to the fact that it is... I know you said that you disliked part of it because most of it was in Japanese. Do you think part of it is because it is just Japanese?
No, I would... No.
Because if anime was made in America, but...
Well, what I'm saying is America and Japan are so culturally different that obviously a show made in Japan will be completely different from any show made in the United States.
And I do find it weird that you say that because, like, there's a lot of American-made anime nowadays. I know Netflix has a lot of original animes, which, yes, it is... There is a Japanese version of it, but... That I find it weird. Do you think America is taking the Japanese culture and, like, into consideration when they make that show?
Yes, 100%.
So if...
The Japanese culture and the Japanese culture fan base, you.
What is your thoughts on TikTok?
I don't see why anybody would care to scroll through their phone and watch people do weird, cringy dances to whatever new, weird, trendy music there is out.
I feel like this has become you dissing popular social media apps and things that people watch. Also, this has become me saying that... I feel like this is just us going back and forth saying other person's likes are like, eh.
I know, like, there is, because, yeah, we honestly don't even know what to say. Like, we have diverged so, we have been,
like the like ratio on what you like versus, even with something that we both really, like, that was the reason we were friends, like, such good friends of Harry Potter.
Like, you love Harry Potter. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's definitely not the best.
Which still blows me away. What? Like, still, since, like, the first time I read it when I was, like, 5, it's still my favorite book, series, book.
Don't get me wrong, it's great book series, great movies, but it's just not the best.
How? That blows me away.
Blows you away.
It does! It blows me to the moon and back. Just, like, I am at the moon, and I go back to the moon, and I'm still surprised.
You are getting too specific with your,
analogies of how surprised I am.
Even with your metaphors of surprisingness. You are getting way too specific.
Specific?
You're just supposed to say the metaphor. You don't have to, you're not, like, supposed to explain it. And, I mean...
Well,
Backing up a little bit, what, could I ask what makes you like TikTok?
I like the fact that it's, everything is under a minute. I know you watch YouTube, and I feel like you specifically, you'll watch a video for 5 minutes, then you'll get bored of it and go off of it and go to a different video, then watch that one for 3 minutes, then go off.
No, totally. Like, because the time ones when I watch YouTube the most are when I'm researching things, so I kind of watch the whole thing, because that's kind of important when you're...
Well, not specifically for research, for stuff like, I don't know, just for specifically entertainment. Like...
I do not watch a lot of YouTube for entertainment. It's because I want to know about something. And I think that's why YouTube is amazing. Want to learn how to cut hair? YouTube. Want to learn how to make origami? YouTube. Want to educate yourself about the Korean War? Red Earth Mortal on YouTube.
Well, see, that's what I find appealing about TikTok. Instead of having to wait through 3 minutes of intros on YouTube. The person on TikTok has 1 minute to get to the point and spit it out. So there's no 5-minute intro on a TikTok video. They get straight to the point, tell you what they're saying, or do whatever they're doing.
But you're not going to go to TikTok and look up, I don't know.
I literally, yesterday I looked up on TikTok how to make pasta. I'm not kidding. Yesterday.
How to make pasta? Why were you looking up how to make pasta? You pour it into a bowl and...
You're eating your... Wait. What do you mean pour it into a bowl? You have to pour it into a pot.
Whatever. Pot, bowl, potato.
Wait, don't pour your pasta into a potato.
No, don't. I didn't say pour your pasta into a potato. Oh. But... Personally,
But that's I feel like that's the appeal of TikTok. It's a 1-minute video, and it's not. I feel like when I watch TikTok, I very rarely see dancing anymore because TikTok does, I feel like, a good job, same as YouTube's homepage, of seeing what you like and making it what you like. But for me, it's the appeal of 1-minute video. You have the person doing whatever they think they wanted to do, and it's short, you can go past it in a second if you want to. You don't have to scroll through 16 different menus to find it. You swipe up, you get a video, if you like it, you tap on it, and if you don't like it, swipe again.
Also, I think all video, all photo, should be shot in landscape 16:9 ratio. And it bothers me that TikTok is all, portrait. It just hurts my brain.
Well, because that's how you hold your phone. Nobody holds their phone sideways.
Well...
Do you hold your phone sideways when you go to look at something up?
I'm just saying...
It's more common for everybody to hold...
Yes, their phone, but, I'm a very computer over mobile device person. And I have a computer with a widescreen monitor.
And I think a lot of it isn't... I think, yes, I do agree with you that landscape, in at least even pictures, is way better than portrait. So,
and here's my reason. Is when you're watching a video, you'll have no problem watching it in landscape on your phone.
Oh, totally. When I go to YouTube, nobody watches it with, like, that little tiny video up at the top of your screen. Nobody watches that. If you do, you're weird.
Yeah. You were doing it earlier today.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm weird.
But what I'm saying is, like, you're not gonna... You don't want to watch a portrait video on your computer, but you'll totally watch a landscape video on your phone.
Well, I think the problem is it's change. People don't like change. Even me or even you. If something changes, your mind goes against it. Humans go against change.
The portrait is not the change. It was literally changed to portrait. Typically, like, in the old times... like,
the olden days?
Yeah, in the olden days, like, when they were first developing, like, films and stuff, they weren't recording it in portrait, like, you didn't go to a movie theater and watch a portrait.
Yes, but once phones specifically gradually changed into portrait, and we stick with portrait for a while, nobody wants to change back to landscape.
But what I'm not saying hold your phone portrait all the or like landscape way all the time. But what I'm saying is when you're watching a video, if you were watching a video, you will and that was the other way, you'll turn your phone the other way. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to pick up my computer monitor and turn it in the other way.
Well, yeah, because you're not watching TikTok on your computer.
Even if I was, though, I'm not going to pick up my monitor and turn it 90 degrees.
I feel like the point is it's more convenient. Because a lot of the things you also do on your phone are in portrait.
Because it's too hard to spend a millisecond to turn your phone 90 degrees.
But it's more convenient. If you were just texting somebody and you double click and then you move over to TikTok, you're already... Yes, it's a millisecond, but in your mind, that's a hassle. To somebody...
It's not in your mind. Turning your phone is not a hassle. Watch, I just... like...
What do you mean, watch? You didn't even do anything.
I turn your phone.
I'm not holding my phone.
Really? Yeah, now you just threw it onto a beanbag. I just don't understand why everything isn't widescreen landscape.
Because not everybody's watching nobody's watching their stuff on a computer. Not everybody has a nice computer.
But some people do, is my point.
But just for the some people, we're not going to change the whole entire phone world for the
You're not changing the whole entire phone world. Here, you can make it work for everybody, or only work for people that are using their phone.
So you're just asking for the option to have TikTok in landscape.
No.
Or not even TikTok anymore. Now you're just saying you just want landscape for everything.
Yes.
You know you can have landscape videos, right?
Yes.
So why don't you just shoot all your videos in landscape?
I do.
Well,
I was talking about because you were talking about TikTok and how it's in portrait. And I just don't understand why it wouldn't be landscape, because landscape works on a phone and on a computer. Portrait works on a phone.
Because TikTok is designed for mobile. It's designed...
But people still can use it on their computer. But why does it matter?
That's the point of the 1-minute video. So you can pull it out of your phone when you're bored.
Because it's not that hard to turn your phone 90 degrees.
But the point isn't to be... TikTok is never going to be... It is not designed to be on a computer, laptop, or anything other than a phone. It's designed... Wait. It's designed to be something that...
Why does it matter? Here's my point. Is that it's no harder to watch a video on your phone landscape than it is to watch it portrait. So my point is, it could be more... I know it's designed for phones, but it could be more user-friendly to people on, say, like computers, if it was landscape.
But, like, you ever see somebody use Facebook in landscape mode? Or Twitter?
Yes!
Or who?
Facebook or Twitter. Okay. Anybody who's doing it professionally typically will be doing it at a computer.
Since when are you a professional Facebook poster?
I didn't say I was a professional Facebook poster. I said anybody who's doing it professionally. Like, my point is, people do use those things on their computers.
But those things that are designed to be both on phones and computers are in landscape and portrait. Things that are just designed to be on phones are
Yes,
in
I get
portrait.
that it's designed just to be on phones, but it works on computers, so why not make it more computer-friendly? Okay, we kind of had to cut that a bit short there because, you know, that...
I just turned into a straight-up argument.
And I don't think that was going to end shortly, so...
We had fun, I would say, kind of.
Maybe.
Just arguing over why.
So we're gonna end this here. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 3 coming soon. And I will see you in the next one. We will see you in the next one. I did the same thing as I did last episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.